lonely, angry, falling apart physically, watching friends die at 60, wondering if you're next, feeling completely stuck about what to do about any of it. If any of these hit home, this video is for you because these are solvable problems, and I'll share how with 5 of my favorite life lessons from year 1 of this channel. The last one is the key that unlocks all of the others, so stick around for it. I'm Kevin Mepham. For 17 years and counting now, I've been obsessed with how you and I can build lives that thrive as we age, and right now, through proven fundamentals. Welcome to Thrivespan. First up, loneliness. Are you lonely? You're not alone. We're in the midst of a loneliness epidemic. We've moved, changed jobs, retired, divorced. We've dropped out of churches and social clubs. We've lost our close friends and have no idea how to make new ones. Well, research tells us how to make friends. Time spent together, bonding through shared experiences. 30 hours of time to make a casual friend, 140 hours for a good friend, 300 hours for a best friend. That much time together to make a good friend, a best friend, it doesn't happen by accident. Here's the catch. Everyone is waiting for someone else to take the initiative to make that time happen. So that someone needs to be you. I know this from experience. In 2017, I left Massachusetts for a new job in California, divorced, and found myself friendless, starting life over from scratch. So I joined a social running club, perfect for making casual friends. To turn those casual friends into good friends, I took the initiative to launch a men's group where we could get real with each other and to organize trail relay teams for Ragnar Zion where we could travel and camp and compete together. I made those new close friendships happen. Life lesson number 1. If you want friends, be the friend who makes it happen. I know I'm putting a lot on you. You probably have objections. I know I did. Let's address them. Don't know how to start? Start small with one casual friend you'd like to build a deeper bond with. Don't know what to do with them? Start with things you do anyway. A coffee shop you like, a restaurant you want to try, a hike, a concert, an art exhibit. But this time, instead of going by yourself, invite someone along. Don't know who to invite? Then you need to start by getting out more. Join a group, a writing club, a hobby group, a meetup, a charitable organization, a church, a social running club. Get into casual social settings where you can meet people, have small talk, figure out who you'd like to get to know better. Then, and this is the key to turning casual friends into good friends, invite them to spend quality time with you outside of the group. Afraid to reach out? This was a big one for me. When I started inviting guys from the running club out for coffee to build my men's group, I have to be honest, it felt like I was asking them out on a date. It was outside my comfort zone. I did it anyway. After the first couple of times, it wasn't a problem anymore. And now that men's group is one of the most meaningful parts of my life and theirs. No time? Most of us have time to spare. We're just choosing to spend it on something else. The question is, could you redirect some of that discretionary time toward filling one of the major holes in your life? That's soul searching only you can do. And finally, why should I do all the work? Why don't they ever invite me? Life isn't fair. Relationships are not 50-50. So stop thinking in terms of fairness. It doesn't serve you. Instead, ask yourself, are you getting enough value back from the effort you're putting in? If you are, it doesn't matter if the other person is getting that same value with less effort. As long as it's worth it for you, keep going. Be the friend who makes it happen. Next, 60 is the new 80? I like to say that 60 is the new 40. But last year, 2 friends of mine, One had double bypass surgery, kidney failure, went into the hospital to have his foot amputated due to type 2 diabetes, and tragically never came home. The other is dealing with multiple long-term serious physical, mental, and social health problems. Misfortunes you'd expect from someone in their 80s who neglected their health, but my friends were 60. Life lessons number 2. For too many people these days, 60 is the new 80. Why are we letting the wheels come off at 60? I've heard 4 reasons. 1, most of us just don't know better. We're following in our parents' footsteps, eating the food we were raised on, buying the myths we were taught that exercise is unnatural and sleep is unnecessary. 2, some of us don't want to know the consequences of how we're living. We stick our heads in the sand because we don't want to make the effort to change, or we're embarrassed of how we've let ourselves go. But those consequences of our choices will make themselves known, and sooner than we'd like. 3, some of us think our 80s are so far away we don't need to take action now. But 60 isn't far away, and nobody wants this at 60. On the other hand, some of us expect to die before 60, so again, don't think we need to take action now. But what if you're wrong? Humans are easy to make sick, but we're hard to kill. You could still be alive at 60, but plagued with serious long-term health problems for decades. So if you don't want to be an ill 80-year-old at 60, what do? Start by getting an annual physical with screenings for cardiovascular disease and metabolic syndrome with a doctor who will tell it to you straight. Book this now. Understand the results and take the actions your doctor recommends. My friend who died hadn't been to a doctor in years, by which time what could have been caught and treated early became irreversible and fatal. After that doctor visit, fix these 5 fundamentals. Fundamental number 1, nutrition. 5 rules I've lived by for 17 years. Rule 1, a good place to start. Reduce empty carbs. Eliminate fruit juices. Ruthlessly minimize refined flour and added sugar. 2, eat real food, not ultra-processed food. 3, eat more fiber from a variety of plants. 4, eat more protein. You are not eating enough, I promise you. And 5, don't take in more calories than you're going to burn. Fundamental 2, exercise. Both cardio for your heart and lungs and strength training for your muscles and bones. If you're not exercising, start by walking. Fundamental 3, get enough sleep. Poor sleep affects your metabolism, undermines your exercise gains, and does serious damage to your mental health. Start by carving out enough time each night dedicated purely for sleeping. Dark, quiet, no devices. Fundamental 4, relationships. People who become isolated and homebound pay a devastating price emotionally, mentally, and physically. Life lesson number 1 on friendship gives you a starting point. Fundamental 5, purpose. We need a reason to get out of bed. Without one, why would you do any of the other things on this list? 60 can be the new 40 or the new 80. It's up to you. Now, why so angry? People! If only they'd stop making you angry, you could have peace, right? As a recovering anger junkie myself, my kids called me Lava Man. I'm here to tell you that is absolutely wrong. People don't make you angry. You make you angry. Sound preposterous? Try this thought experiment. You're doing 80 down the highway when a bright orange McLaren comes barreling up right behind you, riding your bumper, flashing lights, honking horn. Self-entitled jerk, right? Anger. Now, what if you knew that driver's wife had gone into premature labor and he was just doing everything he could to get to the hospital before it was too late? Sympathy. Exact same behavior, different interpretation, completely different emotional response. See, we're taught the world works like this. Stimulus, response. Something happens, you react. Automatic, uncontrollable. But as our thought experiment shows, it's actually stimulus, thought, response. And in that space between stimulus and response, where you interpret the stimulus, is your power to choose. Life lesson number 3. You control whether you get angry by controlling your interpretation. This is a real life superpower. How do you develop it? With 2 tools. The first tool is mindfulness meditation. Start with 5 minutes a day, build up to 15. Simply sitting, focusing on your breathing, practicing noticing thoughts as they come up, and letting them go. It may sound like you're doing nothing, but you're actively practicing, becoming aware of your thoughts, your interpretations, and choosing what to do with them. That's the same skill you need to choose your response instead of just reacting. The second tool is daily journaling. See, in the heat of the moment, even with a strong mindfulness practice, you're often not going to catch your interpretation in real time. More likely, you're just going to have a bad reaction, a bad day, handle it poorly. Next morning, you sit down with your journal and reflect. What was that about? Why did I react that way? What interpretation had I chosen? How could I choose better next time and so respond better? Developing anger control will take time. Less time if you, 1, start now, and 2, practice that mindfulness and journaling daily. As you practice mindfulness and journaling, you'll start to notice most of your misinterpretations stem from 2 sources. The first is your self-centeredness. You mistakenly assume people are doing things deliberately to you when most of the time they're not thinking about you at all. You are the center of your own universe. You are at best a distant galaxy in everyone else's. The second is your lens, the distorted window through which you see the world. The family you grew up in was all about respect. Chances are you're walking through life with a respect lens and you interpret everything you see as disrespect. One way to spot someone's lens, including yours, is to notice what they accuse others of. Okay, so once you start to get the power to choose your interpretation, what do you choose? Well, ideally, you'd choose the interpretation that's the truth. But most of the time, we don't know the truth of why someone did what they did. So in the absence of truth, choose the interpretation that serves your thriving. Most of the time, this will mean giving people the benefit of the doubt while keeping healthy boundaries. A saying I find helpful: everyone is exactly as you would be if you were them. If you'd been born as them with their genetics, their upbringing, their entire life history up to this moment, you'd be them and you would have acted the same way. A little empathy goes a long way. People don't make you angry. You make you angry. And now you know how to fix it. Next, frailty guaranteed. I've watched so many family members and friends struggle with frailty, unable to stand without support, too weak to care for themselves, laid up for months, or even killed by a minor illness. I don't want to grow old like that. Do you? Life lesson number 4. If you want to guarantee a frail old age, all you have to do is nothing. Do nothing, and your aerobic fitness will drop 10% per decade starting at 30. Your strength will drop 10 to 15% per decade starting at 30. Your bone mass will drop 4 to 6% per decade starting at 40, with an extra big drop for women postmenopause. Your balance will drop 30% per decade starting at 50. Do nothing, and your body will decline to the point where it can no longer perform the basic activities of daily living. Don't want to go out like that? Because I don't. Then do something. These 6 actions starting now. Action 1, build your aerobic fitness, measured by your VO2 max score. When your VO2 max drops below 20, you'll be too winded for basic daily activities. But you can slow your aerobic fitness decline, even raise it like I've done. When I had my midlife mortality crisis at 46, my VO2 max was about 40. Through 17 years of aerobic exercise, I've not only kept it from dropping, I've raised it from 40 to 53.9, which is elite level for a man half my age. If a flabby, pot-bellied, lifelong non-athlete like I can do that, so can you. Think of it as banking fitness into your aerobic retirement account. Action 2, build your strength. Muscle weakness is often the first sign of frailty. You need to bank muscle now against the inevitable withdrawals that come with aging. That means progressive resistance training, training specifically for strength. Swinging a hand weight while you do cardio only counts as extra cardio. It does not count as strength training. Action 3, eat enough protein. Progressive resistance training alone isn't enough to build muscle. You need protein to provide the building blocks and to switch on muscle building. At least 0.7 grams of protein per pound of body weight per day. For me, at 180 pounds, that's 125 grams daily. Track your diet for a few days and you'll be shocked at how far under that you are. The easiest way to get more is to supplement with a quality protein powder. I use Levels protein powder, 3 scoops per day. Action 4, strengthen your bones through progressive resistance training, weight-bearing cardio like brisk walking and running, a diet rich in calcium and vitamin D, quitting smoking, moderating or quitting alcohol. Oh, and get a DEXA scan. It's about $75, it's fast and painless, and it will tell you exactly where your bone density stands. Action 5, improve your balance. By 65 and over, 1 in 3 people will suffer a fall every year, making falls the leading cause of injury-related hospitalizations and deaths in older adults. Strength training, running on uneven surfaces, yoga, tai chi, dancing, and even standing on one leg at home will all help. Just make sure you do each of your legs because one of them is going to have better balance than the other. Certainly the case for me. Anyway, so will keeping your vision sharp. So get regular eye exams and use prescription eyewear if you need it. Action 6, stay far away from type 2 diabetes. Manage it rigorously if you have it. Type 2 diabetes is a bullet train to frailty, as you can imagine, with complications including foot amputations, kidney failure, heart disease, stroke, eye damage, nerve damage, dementia. How to prevent? Like we talked about a few minutes ago in 60 is the New 80. Eat right, build muscle, build cardio fitness, get enough sleep, reduce stress, and drop excess fat, especially around the waist. Regardless of where you're at right now, start from there. It's not too late for you. Take these 6 actions and you can slow, even reverse like I did, the decline in your aerobic fitness, your strength, your bone density, and your balance. You're going to get old. You don't have to get frail. Finally, getting unstuck. All of the solutions we've talked about in this video have one thing in common. They require you to take action, and this is where people get stuck. Life lesson number 5. The key to unlocking what you want out of life, becoming who you want to be, is you taking action via the 4-step action loop. Act, fail, learn, repeat. Notice there's no plan step. Planning is not acting. To start, all you have to decide is 3 things. Where do you want to grow? What course of action might help you grow? And what's the first tiny action you could take? Say, I want to feel less stressed. Getting more sleep could help. I'll go to bed 30 minutes earlier. Poof, plan complete. Now, step 1, act. Success at the act step is you took the tiny action you decided to take. In this case, you went to bed 30 minutes earlier. Let's be clear, though, about what's not an action. thinking about taking the action, telling your friends to take the action, researching and planning the action, buying stuff to take the action, none of these are the action. Only the actual action is the action. Step 2, fail. Nearly every time you act, you'll fail, in that you won't get the result you wanted from the action you took. It could be that you didn't take the action at all, or you didn't do it well enough, or you didn't get enough result, or you got no result. It was a failed experiment, got to try something else, or you maxed out what you could get from that action and you need to switch to a different one. The fail step is about how you handle that failure. Success at the fail step is you move on to the learn step. You don't let the failing derail you. Step 3, learn. Learning is how you turn failing into success. It's a daily 2-part process. Reflect and adapt. Reflect. What worked? Celebrate it. What didn't work? Find out why. And then, after reflecting, adapt. Based on what worked and what didn't, what's a better action you'll take next time? Don't do this in your head. Write it in your journal, like we talked about. Success at the learn step is you identify a better action to take next time, the next time you go through the loop. Step 4, repeat. Take that better action back up to step 1 and act again. Success at the repeat step is you taking the better action. Growth is learning put into action, a repetition of the 4-step action loop. More reps equals more growth. Faster reps equals faster growth. That's why I recommend journaling daily. It puts the action loop on a daily cadence, so your growth compounds daily. What does that mean? If you grow by 1% each time you do a repetition, and you do 1 rep per year, like a New Year's resolution, in 1 year, you'll have grown 1%. If you do 1 rep per day, 1% compounded daily, in 365 days, you have grown 3,600%. That's the power of the 4-step action loop. Now go out and take action. I've given you plenty of actions in this video to choose from. Pick one and apply the loop to it. If you found one or more of these lessons valuable, subscribe, because there's a lifetime of Thrivespan lessons still to come that you won't want to miss. Then watch this video to learn the 8 fundamentals of Thrivespan and how to start attacking them so that you can live better longer too. Until next time, thrive now for life.